It didn't arrive with chaos or confrontation. No shouting, no direct call-out, no dramatic reveal. It slipped in quietly, the kind of moment that barely registers at first until you realize everyone is suddenly circling the same point. Travis Scott didn't name anyone. He didn't accuse. He didn't explain. But the second that clip surfaced, fans felt it immediately. Because Travis Scott doesn't move recklessly. He doesn't act without intention. And when someone like him pauses, when he hesitates even briefly, people listen. The conversation escalated almost instantly. Comments filled up. Clips were replayed. And one name kept resurfacing again and again, Timothée Chalamet. Hollywood's golden boy, the carefully curated favorite. The man now publicly linked to Kylie Jenner. Kylie Jenner, Travis Scott's past. Kylie Jenner, the center of an era that never truly ended with closure. Fans started connecting dots that had never fully disappeared. They replayed the moment frame by frame, whispering Travis Scott's name beside Timothée Chalamet, pulling Kylie Jenner back into a narrative people thought had already closed. Was Travis reacting? Was Timothée the message? Was Kylie the reason silence suddenly felt heavy? No confirmation followed. No denial arrived. Travis Scott let the moment exist exactly as it was. Timothée Chalamet stayed silent. Kylie Jenner kept moving forward. And that's what made it so effective. Because when three names this powerful collide without a single word being spoken, the tension writes itself. When Travis Scott goes quiet, people notice. But when that quiet is interrupted by something that feels deliberate, it becomes something else entirely. This wasn't a statement. It wasn't an interview. It wasn't even a clear reference. It was a fragment, small enough to deny, precise enough to cut. Fans sensed it immediately. Something felt off. Because Travis Scott doesn't react impulsively. He doesn't chase narratives. He doesn't correct rumors. Historically, when his personal life becomes public conversation, he retreats into his work. That has always been the pattern. So when this moment surfaced, it felt like a deviation. Not loud, not emotional, just placed. And the internet thrives on placement. Timing became the first red flag. The clip emerged during a moment when Kylie Jenner's name had returned to headlines, this time closely tied to Timothée Chalamet. Fans didn't need explicit confirmation. Context was already there. They remembered the years Travis and Kylie existed in a space that was intimate but undefined, public yet private, a family formed without labels, a separation that came without explanation. And unfinished stories don't disappear, they linger. People began asking questions. Why now? Why this tone? Why this phrasing? Why this moment when silence had always been his default? Screens were paused, clips slowed down, comment sections exploded. This doesn't feel accidental. He's saying something without saying it. That line hits differently knowing who Kylie's with now. Whether true or not, the reaction became the story. Because perception is currency. What made the moment even more compelling was what didn't happen afterward. No cleanup, no clarification, no attempt to redirect attention. Travis let it breathe. And in today's celebrity ecosystem, restraint carries weight. Meanwhile, Kylie Jenner appeared completely unbothered. Public appearances continued. Brand moves stayed on schedule. Life went on. And Timothée Chalamet, the most unexpected figure in this entire equation, remained completely silent. That silence created contrast. Travis, indirectly expressive. Kylie, moving forward. Timothée, untouched. Fans read meaning into every layer. This wasn't framed as jealousy. It wasn't framed as rivalry. It was framed as recognition. Recognition that something had shifted, and that something unresolved might have resurfaced. By the end of the day, what began as a brief moment had evolved into a larger conversation about identity, replacement, and what it means when one chapter ends without explanation and another begins under brighter lights. The silence had done its job. The internet doesn't invent stories, it amplifies patterns. And fans believe they've seen this one before. Travis Scott and Kylie Jenner's relationship was never conventional. It existed in fragments, appearances without definition, family without formal labels, separation without announcement. That ambiguity trained audiences to read between the lines. So when Travis delivered a moment that felt emotionally coded, fans did exactly what they'd been conditioned to do: interpret. The key word is felt. Nothing explicit was said, but tone matters, delivery matters, context matters. And in celebrity culture, subtext often moves faster than truth. Fans pointed out how Travis's language shifts when something personal is being processed. Less aggressive, more restrained, more reflective. This moment aligned closely enough with that pattern to raise eyebrows. Then came the comparisons. Timothée Chalamet represents an entirely different archetype. Prestige films, controlled interviews, a polished public image that contrasts sharply with Travis's raw, performance-driven energy. To fans, this wasn't just about two men, it was about two worlds. And Kylie Jenner stands directly at the intersection of those worlds. For years, her image aligned with Travis's: music, festivals, privacy, minimal exposure. Her current public direction signals a pivot: more visibility, more crossover, more alignment with traditional Hollywood prestige. Fans interpreted Travis's moment as a response to that shift. Not anger, not mockery, but distance. Almost like an acknowledgement that the version of Kylie he knew no longer exists, or no longer exists for him. That interpretation resonated deeply with audiences who have followed this story for years. Speculation intensified when no denial came. In the past, lines were drawn quickly. This time, nothing, no statement, no clarification, just the clip circulating and the silence stretching longer. Timothée Chalamet's lack of response added another layer. By engaging with nothing, he avoided becoming part of the narrative at all. Some fans saw confidence, others saw strategy. Either way, the focus stayed on Travis and Kylie. And Kylie herself. She didn't acknowledge the moment in any form. Fans who have watched her long enough believe that's deliberate. When she responds, it's calculated. When she doesn't, that choice is just as intentional. So the internet filled the gaps. Was this Travis processing closure? Was it commentary on replacement? Or was it simply expression being misread? The truth may never surface, but in the attention economy, certainty isn't required, only plausibility. And this moment had enough of it to ignite everything. At its core, this isn't a love triangle story. It's a power story. Who controls the narrative when relationships end quietly? Who defines meaning when nothing is said? And who benefits when ambiguity fuels conversation? Travis Scott's power has always lived in restraint. He rarely explains himself, allowing fans to project emotion onto his work. That creates mystique, but it also invites interpretation. This time, that interpretation spiraled beyond him. Kylie Jenner's power lies in reinvention. She moves forward without addressing the past, letting evolution replace explanation. That forward motion creates imbalance, one person reflecting, the other progressing. Timothée Chalamet's power is detachment. By not engaging, he avoids the narrative entirely. Silence, for him, becomes insulation. Together, these dynamics formed a perfect storm. Not because of drama, but because of contrast. Raw versus polished. Past versus future. Unspoken versus visible. Even if nothing was intended, the reaction was inevitable. When unresolved history intersects with public visibility, meaning will be assigned. That's not speculation. That's audience behavior. Celebrity culture no longer needs confirmation. Interpretation is enough. Silence is enough. A pause is enough. And once a narrative starts moving, trying to stop it often makes it louder. This story may fade, or it may resurface later. Another lyric, another moment, another pause fans decide matters. But it wasn't ignored. It reopened conversations about closure, replacement, and what it feels like to watch someone move forward publicly, while another remains unreadable. Whether Travis meant to send a message or not, the audience received one. And today, that's all it takes. Because when you strip away headlines and theories, what remains is a study in power. Not power through noise, but power through restraint. Silence isn't empty anymore. Silence is a canvas, and the internet will always fill it.